वन्देऽहं स्वानुभवदेवं वन्देऽहं स्वानुभवदेवं परमेष्टि गुरु सर्वेश्वरं ब्रह्मयात्मा परात्परं सच्चिदानन्द स्वरूपम् वन्देऽहं स्वानुभवदेवं वन्देऽहं स्वानुभवदेवं वन्देऽहं
I start from the gross body and I will end to your real I, the self-infinite, the divine infinite, the reality itself, which is Satchidanandam, Sattam Shivam Sundaram, Akanda Brahma Surupam, Paramatma Surupam. How all this thing happens in life. One who is fully conscious of all this, that is one who has been identified with the reality itself, is a true realizer who unfolds this science to others who are seeker, who wants to know. Because you have come here to study, to know what is what. What is what? For example, form, if you want to study form, it is infinite, innumerable varieties. Sound, innumerable. Ideas, innumerable. I have told some points immediately before. How the Absolute reveals, and all these are possible from the revelation of the Absolute. Absolute is spontaneous revealing nature. Sata Siddha, Sata Spurta, Swayam Purna, Swayam Prakash, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, and spontaneous. The existence absolute, which never goes out of existence. It is ever present. And its Chit nature, that is Sat-Chit Swarup, it is ever luminous. Knowingness of the knowledge is spontaneous. And as it is absolute, that means it is beyond all, above all, duality, plurality, relativity. I will explain all the words individually, then you will be able to understand the implied meaning of my saying. The reality of your being, what you are in reality, not what you are in appearance. In appearance you are man. In appearance there are trees, plants, insects, birds, animals, and the infinite creations, full of variations, diversities. Man is the superior animal. Because in and through spontaneous revelation of the Absolute, which is the course of evolution, means Vivartan. And before this evolution, there was one involution. Without involution, evolution is not possible. That is why every evolution presupposes an involution. Do you understand my words? Every evolution presupposes involution. Without involution, evolution cannot be possible. What will evolve from within if there is no involution? First, that is why the Absolute reveal one after another the stages of revelations, creates all these diversities, layer after layer. The lowest one, the outermost one is the all gross nature, which is conducted by the inner nature, which is prana. And prana, that is universal energy, life energy, which is not all perfect, but is controlled, sustained and maintained by universal mind. And that is not also all perfect. The universal mind is controlled by the universal intellect, Mahat Tattam, universal intelligence. That is the totality of life force. The life energy, the origin of all life energy. That is the universal life, which is called Ishvara, the creator, the preserver, the maintainer, and also the dissolver, the ruler of the creation, who dwells in the heart of all individuals. And which by different name is called Atman. I will talk about this Atman in a very nutshell form because time is very short, but the subject is very tough, the highest, the greatest, because whenever you will be able to understand all these points, you will reach a state which is beyond any change, modification, limitation. That is all perfection. Serene, tranquil, pacific, calm, homogeneous, equanimous. Do you understand my words? Now tell me freely. I am here to play with you the game of life, the game of consciousness, the game of I consciousness. मैं से मैं का प्रकाश होता है, मैं द्वारा मैं भी चलता है, फिरता है, फिर भी मैं में सब भी इकट्ठा होकर के पूर्ण हो जाता है. दिस इज द गेम ऑफ आई कॉन्शियसनेस. एक अहम सर्वस्व सर्वम सर्वात्मकम सर्वातीतम सर्वसिद्धम. That is the glory of your I, which is at present acting as I individual. Ahankar, ego. Ego wants so many things. उसको कुछ डिमांड चाहिए, ये नहीं है वो चाहिए, वो नहीं है ये चाहिए. इसलिए you are trying to fulfill your desire. It is full of desire and always trying to fulfill the desire. That is the one aspect of life, to fulfill the desire of outer nature, desire of inner nature, desire of central nature, and desire of the absolute. That means when you will go back to your Godhead, you will go back to your absolute nature, and all your individual nature, universal nature will remain behind. You will become absolutely free, Shuddha Buddha Mukta Ajara Amara Papa Viddha. How it will be possible? Each and every individual is ever present in the absolute reality and dwelling in the absolute reality, playing their individual role according to their inherent nature, and gradually attaining the finer, wider, superior quality, experience, understanding, knowledge, till it reaches the absolute nature, that is beyond duality. No sense of duality can exist there, not to speak of plurality and relativity. In the outer nature, all these are relative. One depends on other. Here, relative is the background, which is not easily understandable. Those who are striving to realize it gets absorbed within himself. He controls his mind first, because mind conducts in life, conducts in our senses, in our pranas, in our physical body. But when mind ceases function, it is experienced only in the deep sleep state, where mind does not function at all. Mind and intellect, that is inner sense, cease functioning. Only the I reality, that is your true nature, this self, remains as it is without any condition, limitation. And after the break of the sleep, which is sound sleep, dreamless sleep, that is the not knowing state for the mind, not for the self. जब नीड टू जागे तो क्या बोलता है? Oh, I had a very nice sleep for 7 hours. I could do nothing at all, no disturbance at all, no dream at all. So peaceful and happy state, the deep sleep state. But there the mind was absent. How could you know that you had a nice sleep? That is the focus of your true I. It always acts in oneness. In deep sleep state, you reach in oneness. That is no function of duality. That is why mind was absent there. The function of mind was not present. That is why you could not know anything. It was absolutely free from all merits and demerits. The subject is very interesting. The more you will listen, the more you will be absorbed from within, and your outer all function will be stopped, and you will live in your inner nature more consciously than your outer experience. That is why the spiritual sadhana means the sadhana of inner nature. And physical knowledge means action and experience of the outer nature. And the divine sadhana is the contemplation, meditation, rapt attention, and perfect concentration, one-pointed concentration, where the mental operation is absent. Chitta vritti nirodh, suspension of the mental operation. No function of mind, no thought, no idea, no action, no reaction. Wonderful. And those who are perfectly experienced about this subject can talk of this, can unfold the science, how it happens, how it occurs in us, from the beginning to end, all diverse, different stages, one after another, one after another, one after another. And finally, you will reach a state where no function of physical body, no function of your vital energy, no function of senses, no function of mind, no function of intellect, no function of ego, even no existence of the universal one also. I in I. That is consciousness in consciousness. Pure consciousness, where there is no shadow at all. Where there is no shadow, there is no duality. I am talking of the knowledge of knowledge. That is oneness of knowledge, knowledge of oneness. But our normal life is not aware of this. Normal life is conscious about manyness, about duality, about plurality, about relativity. Form, name, idea, consciousness. But not the I consciousness. I will talk of this in nutshell form because time is short and your mind will not permit you to understand all these points and register all these things in one day. If I say that the song that I sing before you, produce this immediately. Until unless you get a training, without proper training, how can you say? You require some training. Training means repeated practice. Repeated practice means to create the same thing, one thing, again and again, so that it will be registered, it will be set. And when it is properly set, it will not go off. That is, it will not be absent. We know so many things, but we forget. Why? It is not properly set, properly registered. To do so, what is needed? Perfect concentration. In your study, if concentration is absent, then it is futile. So, whatever you study, whatever this subject is, you require perfect concentration, rapt attention. That is one-pointed mind. The mind should not be restless, should not be unsteady. It should be steady, stable, and very conscious. Then you can grasp what the teacher or professor speak before you and what you study again and again. When you attain that concentration, that contemplative mood and mind, you do not require self-effort more and more. Only by hearing or by reading once, you can understand what is what. As a student, it is needed for you all. Without concentration, your study will not be perfect. Then in the exam, you cannot answer your question paper. That in life, what you find? One physical body, one inner nature, vital prana, functioning in and through the senses, pancha gyanendriya, pancha karmendriya, gyanendriya, chakshu, karna, jibha, nasika, tak, that is organ of vision, organ of listening, hearing, organ of smelling, organ of tasting, and organ of touch, touching. These files are called Gyanindriya. And Karmendriya, hand, feet, tongue, in and through which we speak. Bak, bak pani pado, upastha payu. Bak, speech, pani, hand, pado, feet, upastha, generative organ, and payu, rectum. These are 5 organs of action. In and through his life function smoothly go on. But in inward nature, inner nature, all these are absent. Mind itself is self-sufficient. It does not require all these organs. Mind acts through the senses and physical body because mind is the cause of all of this. And gradually I will unfold the truth step by step that the mind which is a cause is also the effect simultaneously. How? The physical body is the outer nature, it is the container. It is called Deho, Adhar, that means container, the field of action. Karma Kshetra. लेकिन कर्म क्या चीज? The function of prana and mind. Prana acts through physical body, mind acts through senses and prana, and intellect acts through mind. This is the nature of the inner nature, being, that is our inner constitution. Sutra is Param Purush means, Pur means body. The city, this physical body is a city, and the consciousness dwells in it, dwells outside also, because consciousness is all pervading. Chit ek rupa, bodh swarupa, buddha adi sakshi, karmadhaksha, sarvabhuta adi vasa, vacha sakshi, pranavrittes sakshi, buddhes sakshi, buddhi vrittes sakshi, चक्षु सत्रादि सर्व इंद्रियाणांच साक्षी साक्षी नित्य प्रत्यक आत्मा सच्ची आनंद स्वरूप केवल Om. I am going gradually from outer to the inner, inner to the center, center to the transcendental. Eko hi devo. The real God who conducts in each and every manifestation. That is why it is called God, the ruler of all. But God in action and God in inaction, double characters. God in inaction is called Atman, and God in action is called Ishvara. And Ishvara has got so many agents in and through which it functions all through for the maintenance of the universal existence.